Well, great morning. Oh, I was watching this thing about this girl, Madeline, that was in Montana. And she was somebody that was used to being out in the wilderness. She did a lot of hiking and things, but she got lost and was lost for a week. She had left her car. And she didn't have the provisions with her that she needed. She was only going to go out for an hour, and then got lost. So I wanted to pull the cards. So let's see what we got. She was going into it. Now I pulled this and then just took them out, and we'll just go through the storyline this time. So she was somebody that knew what she was doing. She was an avid hiker. She would be somebody you could go to for advice. But again, going into it, things got overturned. She got lost, got hung up, and so this was a major difficulty. So these are all the major arcana, the major happenings. She was out there without the things that she needed. She was out there, again, overnight, but she knew how to use the wilderness to survive. So that's what I get from this card. Now, usually, again, this is looking at higher elements, etc., or conscious and subconscious, etc., but in this case, she was, again, out in the wilderness. She was there at night. She didn't have what she really usually would have to survive, but she knew how to use the wilderness to her advantage. Now, the challenge was possible death, and how is this going to end? She was in a very, very precarious position. But we had the timing and the karmic element of this, that she did know what she was doing, and there was the clarification of judgment. Okay, so her judgment came out of the fact that she was an avid person of going out in the wilderness. Okay, so what we have with this was the message about the happenings was the clarification, she was out in the cold, literally out in the cold, and where she was big time grizzly bear environment. So she was quite aware of that. Now, there were those that were, her family was very positive emotionally in looking for her, because they knew, even though she'd been out there for day after day after day, they knew that she was very intelligent, and she was somebody that was an avid hiker and knew her way around. So her family stayed very, very positive through the whole thing, emotionally. Now here we have her. She went off the trail, and she got lost at the night. Okay, so again, this was this emotional thing, and she was suffering this loss. She had things in reserve, but she was out there without the things really that you need, because of the misinformation, the drama. So she did go through some drama out there with some fishtails, a little bit of, she started to go into some depression and thinking, I'm not going to survive, but then she was able to remotivate herself. In the beginning was already the victory coming through that she knows what she's doing. She continued forward and wound up again stable at home. So I thought that this was an interesting one to share with those that are learning tarot, how to read the storyline. You know, this is a new way that I'm doing the reading again, laying them all out, my 3 rows of 5, past, present, or just going into it. If you're not reading exactly the past, what's going into it, what was now, at the center of it, the difficulty, the challenge, and the clarification. And then you can also go what's underneath of it. So this was about what the long-term happening, okay? How she could use it, slow-moving. She was lost for a time. This was slow-moving, and she was out there, at night. And this was a difficult happening. So this is the overarching thing underneath of it all. She got lost. She was out in the wilderness. This was a precarious thing that was happening, but she knows how to take charge of a situation, and her family and everyone was really engaged in looking for her, and she was able to hold on because of the things that she knew about being in the wilderness. So there you have it. I'm putting the link to the story in the description so that you can see how this plays out. And, like I said, this is a new way that I've been reading, and it really breaks the story down. And actually, when you break it down this way, sometimes you get a more flow than if you're trying to do the single elements one after another. The overarching theme of everything that happened, this was a big deal, of course, in her life because of the major arcana. Then if it's a lot of major arcana, it's a big, big deal. A big deal that took place in her life. So now I'm going to go ahead and put these, when I put them back, I don't put them like this. I put it, I just continue to put them through different areas in here so they're not all together. So I'm going to, put these back in the deck, and we'll continue forward. But I thought you might enjoy this, how to again continue to read tarot. This is my methodology that I do. Now, if you're doing a real short read, you could do just the 3 cards, what's taking place now, the center of it, and the challenge. If you don't need more background or clarification, you could leave off those other 2, the first one and the last one. So it just depends on how much information, how deeply you want to go into things. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, today is Hoga time. It's just Hogarth and myself today, so the usual time at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's, I've got my voice today. So that's what's coming up this afternoon. Oh my goodness. This is just, anyway, I'm going to leave that here. And I'll see you online this afternoon. I always enjoy my time with Hogarth. It goes so quickly, and I never know what he's going to come up with for questions, but it's always interesting. So looking forward to that. I may toddle down. I haven't done it for a month, 2 months. They have the every Saturday they have the farmers market with all these things. So I might just wander down there today because I haven't done it for so long, and just see what's there. Maybe pick up some fresh eggs or meat or something. But I think I may wander down for a change just to get out and do a little something. Good for me to be out. And so, yeah, that's what's happening. Give Mr. Max his medicine before I go. He does on occasion try to maybe put a little weight on his leg. It's, not recovered yet, but I have hope that it's going to be good. So we'll see. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here, and I'll see you online.